I wonder if not doing a local record will assist with that. It seems like that could help. Interesting. Hi, welcome back. It looks like if I don't do a local record, then it change. See, yep. Looks much better now. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't do a local record of this. Why am I saying it like that? Does it sound weird when I say record like that? Record, record, record. I don't know. The quality of the camera looks fucking great, doesn't it? Like I said, still hideous, but the video quality looks really good, right? That's because I'm a New Yorker. Why don't you stop making fun of New Yorkers, you Californian? It looks so fluid. I know, this camera, I mean, you can just compare the two cameras. They're not even in the same ballpark. It's unbelievable. Like, this camera, seeing it now in the playback, it looks really nice. Your face looks prestigious. Thank you, GTX. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Anyway, hello, Starcadian, what are you doing to me? It's way too epic for this moment right now. No, 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 no. This song will be good. All right. Hello, friends. Welcome to the GCTV Randomcast. I'm your host and master of ceremonies, Darkside Rob. It is good to see all of you here. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. I have a slightly new setup that I'm working with. I changed a couple things around. I reset a couple of things, and there's a reason for it. One, I care about video quality. Two, I almost gave you the middle finger there. Two, I care about audio quality. And three, I just want to keep upping the level of my cast as often as I can, whenever I can. So what I decided to do is I decided to pull out all of the audio that doesn't sound good, that's causing static, that has any issue in it whatsoever. Note to anybody who plans to cast, if you use a cable that looks like this, chuck it, just get rid of it, and I'll tell you why. Those inputs and outputs are not good for professional audio. When you use outputs that are consumer grade outputs and you connect them to professional level gear, they introduce static or low level hum or power hums. I was taking audio out from a box that I have connected here and bringing it into my mixer, and every fucking time when I would play music, there would be a noticeable hum or noticeable buzz, and it was getting on my fucking nerves. Knock that shit out of the park. Get it gone. Don't want it in my audio setup. Don't want you guys to hear it. It fucking sounds bad, and I wanted it out of there. Second thing, I decided to use this program, which is called Audio Hijack, instead of using Ableton to run my audio out through my Mac. And here's why I decided to do that. I'll bring up my monitor. So there's a couple of cool things that I can do with this. I want to bring this down over here. So what you're looking at now is you're looking at a captured screen from my Mac. I'm going to take the music out for a second here too. And the nice thing is I can do all of this. It's like a mixing station. So I can just take my audio out. And unlike doing it from the program itself, it actually has a low-end zero, like a low-level dB pad, so that it doesn't just go from like 20 to 0. It actually goes through that, so you can actually hear a fade out on it. But one of the things I wanted to do here was I wanted to, you see now that there's no audio coming out of this, there's no hum. And that was something that was driving me crazy, where it was like all the time I would hear this fucking audio hum coming from whatever I had connected. Like, see, like even my iPad is connected by one of these freaking cables here. These cables suck. Don't use them. If you can avoid it, don't use them, because all they do is, like, if you have to, go ahead, but otherwise, don't fucking do it. That was the first cable I used when I played guitar. It lasted about a day before I got static and feedback. Yeah, because they're not, like, the other problem, I have another one over here because I bought a bunch of them as I hit myself in the head with it. One of the problems with these things is, as you can see here, do you see how those have I'm doing like a little audio session here for anybody who wants to know. So here's the problem with these. So these were actually RCA cables converted into TR cables. So these are not balanced. These are unbalanced quarter-inch audio jacks. Balanced cables create an even signal that reduces or removes any kind of static or hum or anything like that. You use unbalanced cable in balanced input and output jacks, there's a chance that you will introduce sounds that you don't want in your audio setup. Just a good thing to try to use balanced cables all the time. Massive Death 557. How are you doing, man? It's good to fucking see you. What's up? It's using an isotope pass-through. Isotope RX4 for editing. Yes, that's the other thing that I wanted to mention. So here's the cool thing that I can do. Carpenter is in here too. What's up, Carpenter? Good to see you guys. So yeah, so this is all, I'm going to put all of this on YouTube as well after the cast is over, just to sort of show you what I'm doing, how it'll hopefully sound better for you guys, how it'll look better. Again, I'm telling you, I fucking love this camera already. It's great. It is unfortunate. I'm going to have to find another way to record my video if OBS is not going to be able to handle, because it looks like using this camera, recording and streaming, it's a no-no. It doesn't want to do that, which, I mean, I do a VOD to Twitch so that you guys will see it, but I also like to record video as I'm casting in case I want to edit with it later. I can't, unfortunately, I can't do that. Or when I'm doing a local record, I will have to avoid using this camera scene whenever possible. So it's just, well, if you had a PC, you'd be fine. I'm using a PC, Law! Why you gotta be so fucking difficult? Yeah, I'm here. You missed me call the New York boob. Wait, you called me a boob? Sometimes. It's fine. Doing pretty good. Rearranged 2 rooms in my apartment, and there's a shit ton more room now. That's nice. That's good. I always like doing that. Mac is not a PC. Well, I have a Mac. Do I have enough computers? 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3. iPad. Fucking... This is the tools needed. I just spit somewhere. The tools needed to make a cast run. My frickin' lordy. It's like, none of this shit. People don't, unless you know, if you don't know, now you know, to quote Hamilton. This shit takes some figuring the fuck out. Just look at the banner for my channel if you don't already know. Seriously, this stuff takes some finessing, which is why I'm trying to do all this. So one of the things I'm also doing is I'm using audio hijack, like I said. And the thing that's great about it is that, like, if I want to use music, I can just dial the music in. And if I want to, I can turn on, it has a built-in audio ducking device. Auto ducking, so if the music is playing, I keep forgetting that it picks up my foot tap, but if I'm talking, the audio ducks automatically. So if I'm doing an intro, I can do that for you guys, and the audio will get out of the way, and then when I stop talking... Oh, that one, because I'm not actually on, I was tabbed on this. But that's a cool thing that I wasn't able to do in Ableton Live because it's not really a mixing suite. It is more of a writing and composing tool. And while it was good for certain things, it was not really doing the things that I need, like for this, where it's get ducked audio. The only thing I see a little off with your main camera is that it seems to chase focus on occasion. Oh, well, I thought I turned autofocus off. Let's see if it is off, because it should be. Thank you, GTX. I appreciate that. Configure video, autofocus, autofocus. Okay, it should be off now. Thank you for checking that, GTX. I really appreciate it. I'm building a second computer soon. Actually, budget is around $1,300. That's pretty much, you don't need, if you're doing it as a dedicated casting PC, you probably don't need more than that, I would think. The one thing I do have to remember is that when I'm not using audio, I should probably turn ducking off so that it doesn't keep gating my audio. Then the other cool thing here that I can do is I have the iZotope Nectar, which I'm using, and I absolutely love iZotope's plugins. Why is it snapping to Windows? Stop it! It apparently wants to snap to its location. What is that? God damn it, Law. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. Ignore this just surpassing Shadow Mage in donations. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. You are fucking awesome. I really appreciate that. And I'm sure Shadow will be nothing but annoyed by your desire to surpass him in donations. And I'm sure he will try to chase that white rabbit as far down the rabbit hole as it goes. What else was I saying? So yeah, so now I have this amazing program called iZotope Nectar. For anybody who doesn't know the iZotope suite of plugins, they have mixing and mastering plugins that are AU and VST compatible, and I think AAX too for anybody who uses Pro Tools. Nectar is an amazing vocal-focused EQ, compressor, gate. It'll do reverb. Well, no, I don't think it does reverbs, but it does have harmony, pitch correction. Oh, it does have reverb, so you could just add a reverb to it, and there's your reverb. So I can just dial it into Nectar, or if I want to, and you can also add a delay. So now there's my delay. Oh, yes. And this stuff is just fun for when I'm doing voiceover stuff for games and shit like that, and then you can just turn it off if you want to. And in fact, it does effects too, but I don't really know what the effects tab does necessarily. I guess, oh, you can add, all right, so maybe like a distort thing. And then how much does it distort? I haven't actually tried any of the effects in here, so I'm gonna go back to it. But yeah, iZotope makes great plugins. And I recently picked up all of their new plugins as a group, which includes Alloy, Insight, Iris, Meter Tap, Nectar, Ozone 7, and you can use the Ozone 7 bits individually, and then their newest plugin, which I don't think I have here, but I thought I downloaded it. I'm not sure where it is. But then the other thing that I have is I have a different set of plugins from Sound Toys, and one of them that I have is called the Echo Boy. And wait till you hear this motherfucker. Hello. So the one thing I like about these tools is that the audio fidelity of the Sound Toys effects are phenomenal. I mean, the stuff that you can do with these are just fantastic. And they sound amazing. And like, look at all the presets you get here too. So we can go to, so yeah, let's turn the feedback down. I don't like this one. Dense organ room. And we can turn that all the way up. So we could do different kinds of setups here. Or, like, if I wanted to use this during a game that I'm playing, finite space, just add a little dimension to what I'm doing. Oh, we're down in this well. How do we get out of here? What do we do now? What do we do now? Oh, no. How do we get out of here? And then I could just pull it away, and you're going like, how are you making that sound with your voice? I'm like, well, would you like to know? So I can do this all in real time. And actually, there's one that I like using more than others. So this is probably one that I'll use more often than some others in there. And you can change the delay of the echo, so you have two different levels of echo. So there's a 16th note echo and a quarter note echo, and they're blending back and forth. And you can change all of these on the fly. Like, you can do, just whole lot of different settings. It's fucking wild. She will go to the Dagobah system. There you will find Yoda, the Jedi Master who trained me. Fucking cool, right? And then, of course, the best part is it's gone, and there's no delay, there's no audio hiccup, there's no audio hitch. It's gone, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. And the other thing that I can do, like if I would, wanted to do something else cool, just to, one last thing before we, get into actually playing a game here on the channel. And again, like I said, I think the camera looks really good. I hope you guys like it. I hope I'm doing all this stuff for you guys because I want this stream to be an even higher quality than it already is. And, I do care about what I'm able to do to make the stream better. So, and I'm still working to try to fix the Focusrite issues. So hopefully I'll be able to fix that sooner rather than later. That would be nice. But then the last thing I can do here is I can add and remove stuff really easily from this menu. I feel like Audio Hijack should be sponsoring me for this, because honestly, the coolest thing about this program is that I didn't know you could do this much shit with it when I originally bought it. I was like, oh yeah, if I need a program that can steal the audio from my Mac that on the desktop, maybe Audio Hijack will be good. What I didn't know is that you can then use outboard gear. You can use all your VST and VST plugins because it accepts audio unit plugins. You can use all your, like this has all of my instruments and all of my effects and plugins and everything. I can just drag and drop them into, like, it's not a DAW, it's just an audio mixer, but it's fucking awesome that it can do this. And the craziest part is that there's no Windows equivalent that I know of. Like, they don't make Audio Hijack for Windows. It's a Mac-only program. Does your main camera have a lot of gain to it? The gain is one of the only things about this camera that I don't like. I have to leave it on auto gain, because if I turn auto gain off, it starts to seriously slow down for some reason. Like, it's a USB 3 camera, but for some reason, if I turn auto gain off, it starts to jitter. The only way that I can get enough light into the camera is if I have auto gain on. I'm hoping that they'll make an update to fix that, but Logitech, and when they get around to things, they get around to it 3 weeks from never. Like, you still can't use, like, it still doesn't even like multiple cameras when I'm using two different cameras. When I was using two C920s together, good fucking luck. Good fucking luck trying to make those two things work together. Like, I still need to disconnect this other one because this other C920, it still sees it even though I don't even have it plugged into OBS. And it's just kind of like, you have two cameras installed, but I don't give a shit. I'm not going to recognize that other one for you. Not at all. Not even remotely. Why would you want to... Do you want to do something with that? Yes. Well, too fucking bad. Let me just see here now. Where is Keyscape? Here it is. So, like, I can just add Keyscape and connect it to, see, this is the only problem. Sometimes it doesn't want to just connect it to one thing. It wants to connect it to fucking everything. Ah! And then I just want this to go here. Damn it! Why must you do this? This is the only annoying part of this program, is that you can't, like, just... Oh, there we go. That's how we do it. So, yeah, so it'll go through Keyscape, but then if I open up Keyscape, where is it? Okay, so here's Keyscape. This is Spectrasonic's very, very cool... Would you stop... Oh, it's because it wants to do that. All right. So... That's a problem. Oh, MIDI. Right. Show current assignments. That's not... Oh, do I need to attach MIDI to this? That's probably what the problem is. Advanced. There might not be a way to do that. Actually, now that I think about it. System. Steam mode mastering channel. Don't know. Because I have my MIDI plugged into... Oh, I wonder if I need to attach machine in order to make it work. Input device, no. Yeah, so that may not work. That's annoying. No, it doesn't look like there's any MIDI controls. Unless I can go to, like, machine. And where is machine? Native instruments machine. And now this whole thing might just fucking die on me. Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't like something. Oh, whoa, there we go. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's okay. So that's not right. What the hell? Oh, it loaded 2 of them. Delete this block. Okay, wait. Delete that block. Ah, I think I broke things. All right. Anyway, delete this block. Hang on. Back on. Hello. All right. So I can't do that. It doesn't like it when I do that. I can see the grain and the gain, but only when you go full screen. So when you're gaming, honestly, it's not noticeable at all and looks super clean. Cool. Yeah. No. That makes sense. I mean, the problem with it is that much like every other every other webcam, when you're doing a digital punch in, like a digital zoom or whatever, there's still noticeable grain and noticeable like digital artifacting. They haven't figured out how to get rid of that yet, and that's unfortunate, but it's just a fact of these cameras. While they're still, like, they're making them better and better and better, it's still a fixed lens using a digital punch-in. There's no zooming on these cameras, so... No, I have to... Well, see, because the thing is, if I didn't have zoom enabled, it would look like the camera was on the other side of the room, because it's a very, very wide lens with a very wide angle. It's got something like a, I don't know, 18 millimeter lens in it. So it's like extremely wide angle lens, which is not necessarily good when I want it to look like it's sitting here, not back here. Like, look at how far away the camera actually is from my face. I'm going to restart this real quick because I want to get rid of this block here. But yeah, so the plan is I would use this in addition to live. I don't think that would cause issues, but let me see. Let me just turn this off and restart this program. You guys can hear me now. Okay, cool. So there's that. Now, the other trick that I wanted to do real quick, the other trick that the devil... No. All right, so if we bring up... Let's bring up live just for a minute here, because I just want to test something. So I'm going to go over here. Might as well do a music test. So if we bring this back over to here, and we bring live up here... Hello, live. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing just fine. And the good thing about this is that I don't have to run my microphone through live in order to fucking do stuff. And I don't think it will mess with audio hijack either, which is nice. So then I can just run all this stuff together. The thing that will be interesting to see is if it messes up, if it messes up how much CPU I'm using, because it looks like I'm not using much according to live already. But let's bring in... Just for the fuck of it, let's bring in Keyscape. I just want to try something real quick here. So here's Keyscape, Spectrasonic's piano suite, which is fucking cool. I'm going to switch this over to I guess I'll leave it in IRL for a minute because this is whatever it is. There we go. So if we're doing the cinematic thing, and I'll switch the camera here. Whoop, that's the wrong. There we go. So you're not gonna be able to hear me for a second because I'm over here by the piano, but. So then, how does that sound? Does that work? Does that look? Did that work all right? Did that sound purty? Did that sound beautiful? And good. There's no. Thanks, man. The other thing that I wanted to fix was making sure there was no delay in how the audio was being played. You know, so. That was wrong. Yeah, well, and the other problem was the audio quality of it, because now I have a situation where I have a piece of pro audio gear, outputting that to another piece of audio gear that's a pro piece of audio gear, then sending that to you guys. So there shouldn't be any degradation in how that sound was coming through. Because I remember I did a music cast maybe about, I don't know, a month ago. And the one thing that I didn't like about how it was sounding was my audio card, which is a Creative Sound Blaster card. That is not a piece of pro audio gear, so it was actually downsampling the audio. I think I output it at 24 bit per second, 48 kilohertz. It was downsampling it to 16-bit 44.1, and then something even further than that. Like it didn't sound right. And when I'm working on music, I definitely want that to sound good. So like if I were to open up just for an example, I guess I'll leave it as in real life for just a moment here. But if we were doing, if I was working on some like open recent, how about, let's try this one. Don't save. So if I wanted to work on, a live project, music-wise. God, why does it always take so long to load this shit? And the truth is that I plan on doing more music casts in the future, but like here's something that I was recently working on the other night, and let's see how loud it is. Where will I test that? I think it's this one here. So that's just like an idea, like that should sound better than it did before. And again, that's just to make sure that I want everything sounding as high quality as possible to you guys. That includes, trying to do a 1080p 60 stream. That includes trying to have the audio come through at the highest fidelity as possible, because honestly, like, I have the ability to do it. I want you guys to be able to have it look and sound as good as possible. And, I hope that will, come through on the cast when you guys watch it, either here live or on the VOD or on the YouTube channel afterward when I post this stuff to YouTube. I'm not going to, no joke. Like, I love doing this stuff for you guys, and I want it to look as high quality as possible. So that's just a little heads up of, like, stuff that I've been doing behind the scenes with, testing the 1080p camera, testing the new audio setup. The audio hijack is working like a dream. I think it's really fucking sweet. And I hope that I hope that I'll be able to use this without, too many problems moving forward. What I think I'm going to do here now, just to switch things back over, is I'm going to cut off the stream for a minute here. I will post this video to YouTube later. Just, sort of, here's a cast update kind of deal. And I will send that out to Twitter and everything so that people know why things are, looking the way they look. If there's some, can you give me 2 to 3 seconds of no talking real quick? Yeah, sure. Yes, sir. That's super clean. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. That's the whole fucking reason I did this. That's the whole reason. So that, like, if there's no fucking, that's the whole point, is so that there's, like, no buzzing or humming or, like, anything underneath it. Like, I'm fucking nuts when it comes to this stuff. Like, I will stop watching streams or videos because of bad audio or bad video. Like, I'm relentless when it comes to this stuff. And when it doesn't work properly, that's when I go even further to try to make it fucking work. You have a screenshot for me, 1 sec. Yeah, okay. One thing I will say is that I would like to reset so that we can, because the other thing I need to check now is if I can actually cast a video game at 1080p 60. That's the next fucking test. And again, I'm probably not gonna be able to do a local record of it, but I will definitely see if I can stream it to you guys and how that looks to you guys. What is this? Damn. Yeah, that is inaudible. There's, like, that's fucking perfect. That's great. In fact, I'm gonna bring this up over here. So this is a waveform. This is a spectrum analyzer of the sound on your side of the screen. That's fucking awesome. That's how it should look. Like, under the audible level. Like, I would even love it to be a little bit less noisy, but I think I had some white noise just underneath, like, going to the stream. But that's, yeah. Audio geeks, the world unite. That's what it should be. That's nice, man. Yeah, okay, so this has been super geeky. I totally understand it. Some people, this is going to be not interesting at all. People are not going to fucking care about this one bit. They just want to see a video game. They just want to see me play something. But for those of you who appreciate this, who understand why I'm trying to do it, who understand why I'm doing a video about it right now, I put a lot of time, effort, and money into these videos and into the stream and into the setup because I want it to look and sound really good, because I care about the quality of my own cast. Doing it for you guys to make, even if you don't notice it at the end of the day, I notice it, and that's why it's important to me. So if anything, someone who might have studio grade audiophile headphones might be able to pick up a low grade range there and maybe the extremely low level noise. But seriously, if you have 1,000 viewers, maybe 1 or 2 will notice. It'll be impossible to notice during gameplay. Exactly. Like, when there's no sound going through, that's a completely different scenario there. But I think this is this is pretty sweet. So what I'm going to do now is I want to thank you guys for being patient while I test all this stuff. This really was a legit like test of gear and shit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the cast down. I'm going to set everything back up for Skyrim. I'm going to pull Skyrim up. I'm going to pull the cast back up. I'm not going to do a local record of it because I don't think I'll be able to do that with the new gear, but I am going to see if there's a way in the future to be able to do local records. I may have to think of like an external solution, or I may have to consider doing a second computer setup. I don't know yet. This is all fucking new territory with new gear and new audio setups and trying to bring the cast up production quality wise. So with that, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Don't go anywhere if you want to watch some Skyrim, because I will be back with Skyrim in just a bit. Yeah, so see you in a couple of minutes, guys. Let's see about how the music do. Let's do that. Yep. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna bring the music down so that we can bring it in quietly.